Hey guys, it is Cthulhu here. It is time for an update video. We're going to make this brief. I want to keep it down to 10 minutes, hopefully. I probably should have a timer, but I don't, so we'll see what I can do. Yeah, this is Realm 2. This is my test server. This is where I test things out, as far as I'm concerned. Since the last time I made a video where I was making bauxite on this realm, turning it into aluminium and turning it into car bodies, aerospace has now been introduced. It was introduced maybe a week or two after I made that video, so I've been doing aerospace for quite a long time now because it's been about 2 months since I made that video, potentially even longer than that. So this company has been here for now 4 months. It is worth, let me show you the numbers straight away, it is worth 28.1 million. That's all that's really worth showing you here on this page. Aside from that, I'm AAA, I'm ranked 778, and there's proof that I've been playing this realm for 4 months now. Well, a little less than 4 months because it's the 6th of May, and today I'm making this video on the 27th of August. So it's still another week to go until we get the 4 month mark, but still, let's just say 4 months. So what I'm doing is I'm producing HGECs. All those HGECs are going straight into either ion drives, and then otherwise they're either going into flight computers or they're going into satellites. As you can see here, I'm making satellites currently. It's not the best use of my time. I think that flight computers would probably be better, but there's a reason why I'm making satellites, which I'll go over in a second. I used to only have 2 propulsion factories for ion drives, but it's one of the best items to make as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I'm doing, and I've gone in a little bit deeper into ion drives. The whole purpose of this realm right now, again, like I said, it's a test server. So the next step for me is to accrue as much money as possible, not necessarily efficiently, because I don't care too much to do the maths on this server, but efficiently enough so that once I scrap it all, I have a decent amount of money to then be able to try out restaurants. And of course, for me to make restaurants work, I don't need a full map of restaurants. I just need the one restaurant to be able to learn how restaurants work and how to do it efficiently. So that is the goal there, to have enough equity to have the one restaurant and work out how to do it properly. So is there anything else worth showing you? I'll just quickly show you my inventory right now. We are worth 20 million in items plus 6.3 million in cash. Go back to my wares. So yeah, I think it's all self-explanatory. Obviously, I don't have any extenuous items here. They're all just relevant to what I produce. So, I've got motors and I've got steel for producing attitude controls, which are no longer worth making because the production cost at $1,436 is nowhere near the sale prices in the sale price after tax, or after I've discounted it for a contract sale, would be a loss basically. So I'm just sitting on these attitude controls, and that's actually the reason why I'm making satellites. I'd rather be producing flight computers, and I still produce flight computers because I need them for the satellites. But the reason I'm making satellites is because at least then I can get rid of some of the attitude controls slowly, very, very slowly. Processors are obviously for making onboards. Not that I've ever done that yet on this realm, but I've got 1,000 processors. I just need to buy some electronic components. HGECs, some of which I produce, some of which I buy, because with flight computers especially, I then need 4K HGECs a day, and I'm certainly not producing that many. So I do need to buy some every now and again. Batteries are for the ion drives and for the attitude controls whenever I need to make attitude controls, which again is not for a while. I'm not going to explain the rest because I think you should hopefully understand the rest in terms of HGECs. Quadcopter was just one of those quests, so I just got given it and I need to sell it, and I can sell it for 870. Let's just put it on now actually. So 870. No, Otney's got 268 because for some reason they're morons. So we'll put it on at 860. Yeah, never dump that many into the market. What a dumbass. There you go. Okay, let's move on to round one, shall we? So, activity in round one as well. I've got some offers. That's just happened. So we're worth 30, not worth, we have 33 million equity here. In terms of stats, we're a double A plus company, ranked 3,778. Also been playing for 4 months, so here actually dead on 4 months almost. So 4 months and one day since I started on the server. Ignore this. I actually think it's a bit cringy and I'm going to change it. I kind of say that I'm going to try and be in the top 10 for people who started this year. I don't think that's going to happen now. But I'm worth 50 million, 50.8 million within the 4 months I've been playing, which I think is pretty good. And then nothing else worth seeing here. Let's move on to The map itself, so electronics, this used to be a map full of electronic factories. I now just have enough electronic factories to be able to make ion drives. And at the time, I believe it was enough to be able to make attitude controls with all six of these. I think. I'm not quite certain anymore. What I am certain of is that just like on Realm 2, I think that flight computers is the way to go right now, but I think that they're a lot more volatile. So the best item to actually then produce changes from day to day. I think on this realm, it's a good idea to just have a stockpile of satellites, of what do you call them, flight computers, and of attitude controls, and then sell them when necessary. Don't worry about what you would be selling them. Don't think I'm going to produce satellites because satellites are good money right now, because by the time you've produced those satellites 24 hours later, they could be bad money. So if you want to min max the sale price of a product, produce it when you can get the products for cheap, when you can get the ingredients cheap. Don't worry about the sale price if you have enough equity. If you have enough equity, keep the item until you can sell it at a better price. And I'm not talking about a change in the economy, because then you might be waiting far too long. But I'm talking about, look, if the day, I don't know, if the price of an item is better in the afternoon than it is in the evening, then sell it in the afternoon. And if it is the evening, well, then wait until tomorrow afternoon. That's what I mean. Sell the item when it's actually best to sell it. Don't just sell it because you're online at that hour, and so now's the time I'm going to sell it because I have the time to sell it. Not if you want to do it properly anyway. Um, right, what else do I want to show you? So I'll show you my wares. So I'm buying the batteries, I'm buying the onboards, I'm buying the electronic motors and the steel chemicals, silicon, gold, transport rather. And what I'm producing is flight computers, but those go to satellites. Attitude controls, I can sell them every now and again, but those are also for satellites. Ion drives for satellites, but ion drives is the one thing where I will have a healthy surplus, so I will sell them individually every now and again. But yeah, um, I don't think there's much to explain here. In terms of stats, so I'm holding on to 18.7 mil in items. I've got 1.2 million batteries I'm trying to sell. FYI, if my battery seller happens to be watching this video, I've already had coincidences in that people that I've traded with happen to also then come across my videos. So just an FYI to my battery seller, I'm not selling your batteries. Um, I'm buying quality 3 batteries from him. I only actually need quality 2. The batteries that I'm selling are batteries that I bought ages ago that I've never actually needed to use because I have such a good supplier for quality 3 batteries that they provide me with what I need, and then I don't need to use my surplus. So the point was just to prove it, and so there's the proof. The 11.5 or 6K that I'm trying to sell are quality 5 batteries that I just have no use for. And at the time, this was the best offer on the market, $104. That has dramatically changed now. It's now $88 and therefore really not worth selling. So I will probably pull them off the market and just keep hold of those now. But yeah, so if you were to round it up, you could say that on this realm I have 20 million in items as well, plus the 33 million in cash, again rounding up, which means I have 53 million in items. Let's see what someone is trying to sell me. Gold bars, thank you very much. Just what I needed because I was actually low on gold bars, and that gives me exactly what I need for today's production of HGECs. I've got a message as well that can wait until later. And then, so anything else I want to show you? Not really. I don't want to go into accounting because it will give away some trade secrets. One thing I will let you know though straight off the bat, because you'll probably have questions, is do you really keep hold of 33 million in equity? And the answer to that is no, absolutely not. And that's because accounting fees are horrendous. I thought it was 0.5% on cash holdings above a certain level. I was horribly wrong. It is 0.5% above a certain cash level, but only up to a certain range. After you pass that range, you pay at another duty, and then past that range, you pay another duty. I think at the 21 million mark, you pay 1%. So basically, the amount of tax you pay keeps ramping up based on how much cash you're holding. It's exactly like how taxes work in this country. If you earn 40k or less, you pay 20% tax. But anything you earn over 40k, so let's say you own 42k, you pay additional tax on that 2k over the 40k. So it works exactly like UK tax, and it's horrendous how much money you just throw away on tax if you were to keep that money. So what I do is, well, there's two options really. Most people, I'm assuming this, but I think what they do is just hold on to massive stockpiles of items that they actually require so that they don't have to worry about buying this on a daily basis. So, someone else may have then 1 million of silicon, 1 million of chemicals, let's say 10,000, 20,000 golden bars. And that way, yeah, they just don't have to worry about buying and selling every single day because they know that they've got the stockpiles of cash. They just need to log in at the right time of the day to set their buildings off again. But no, not me. What I do is I trade, and to give you an idea of what I trade in, one of the best things for me to trade in is construction units because there is no cost to selling. There's no cost to selling. If you sell it by exchange, you have to pay the tax. If you sell it by contract, there is no tax. The only other cost that applies to 99% of items in this game is transport cost. But if you're selling construction units, there is no transport cost. I don't know why, but there is no cost to selling to selling construction units, which is bizarre because they are so highly profitable as a result. Basically, to summarize, if I was to buy a construction unit for, let's say, $1 and sell it then for $2, I'd make that $1 profit. There was no expense to selling that item. It is a flat $1 profit. Right now, I could easily, let's say the normal market price for selling these items is 2,500. I can easily find people that will sell me construction units at 2,420 or so. So basically minus $80, which is I think the 3%. And then I just sell them at the normal price to someone else that's actively looking on sales chat for 2,500, and there you go, I've got my $80 profit. But because people buy hundreds, 200, 300 at a time, some people buy 1k at a time, the profit margin quickly adds up. So that's what I suggest doing with your money if you're holding on to money. Certainly don't keep it towards the end of the day where you're then going to pay the tax. There are much better things for you to be doing with your money than paying it on tax and just losing it altogether. And the last thing I will mention is that on Realm 2, one of the things that I'm still trying out is just training my own staff. So right now I've got two on the go. I've already trained these two up, though they weren't exactly great. One finished at 18, one finished at 15, so pretty poor, unfortunately. These two I just recruited. They were dismissed from whatever companies they were previously working from, so I was able to snap them up. And these are the two that I'm working on right now. This guy's brand new, so we'll see how he goes. So far, good stuff. One management level. We'll yet to see what's going to happen with the second level, the second training session. This one, a little bit disappointed. It started so well, +1, +1, +2, +1. And then we had a dud training here, which always makes me worry. But back on track with management +1, and then let's see what happens with this next training session. But she is looking very good right now. And given that this guy's probably going to hand in his notice probably in the next day or two, yeah, we're going to need to work out a replacement. Obviously, temporarily, it looks like it will be Simon Damien. I'm just hoping that she catches up to 18. Even if she only is 16, 15, something along those lines, I'll make her the COO straight away, because I then want her to get the additional organic growth by being in the position that she needs to get more management training. So COO. And then hopefully I'll have a masterpiece on my hands. Obviously, still not one of the best in the game, no way even close, but for me, relatively good. That is all from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You will see a couple more from me in the coming future. I'm off this week. I'm going to learn how to make short-term YouTube short videos and then produce some videos on some tips and tricks that I've learned recently. So yeah, look forward to those if you're learning or if you're looking to learn more about the game. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you around.